Speaking of riding,
Yes.
we got some dudes here. It's funny is I've been probably getting bugged about this over the last 2 weeks. And when I say bugged, I mean people like from all over the country going, hey man, they're talking about this winter project. And there's a lot of buzz going on about this, and this is a documentary. We got Kyle from Hybrid and Paul Thacker here joining us. Tell us about what Winter Project is, where you're at, where you want to go, and what's next.
Sweet.
That was really good. Thanks, Jordan.
Yeah, no worries.
Yeah, just really good.
Oh, cool. All right, Hattie. Later, boss.
You excited about it? You excited about this or no?
Kooky little glasses, man. All right, boys.
Nice, man. All right, bud.
Do lunch later on this week?
Yep.
All right, boys.
Funny how you never found me, homie. Know me as a quiet, lonely rapper with a shopping mind. Lined up at the barber, father talking about the was a lot of trouble. Humble, fall and fumble, bless the old times. Waiting for the money, cars, houses, prenups and divorces. Clean up, call it showbiz. Is this really worth fighting for? Yeah, when I'm selling out tours.
But first, tell us the backstory behind Winter Project.
Up late at night talking about how sweet it would be.
Talk about this for 5 years before we ever get to this point.
We've always talked about the films that show a little bit more.
It's a story unique to the last frontier.
And you see that sticker, Winter Project, on the front of his sled. He's actually working right now on a project.
Never gonna go wrong with this one. You're dealing with a reckless mind. You're not here to help me. Don't waste my time. Hold up. Get up. No luck, cause I feel like I gotta fall sometimes. But I fight on my feet in the street for the dream. Oh Lord, gotta get 9 lives. Young rapper, no silver platter, so stop your stutter, boy, smooth as butter. Frozen run on a
Winter Project came up, and I started seeing more and more about this.
Winter Project, a documentary about backcountry snow machining in Alaska.
Started packing up, started heading home.
This is the biggest thing for free riding and snowmobile history.
I didn't think it was going to happen, man, and you guys rallied at the end. It was great. So excited. I was like refreshing 3-4 times a day.
In the future, if you need any extras or anything.
There you go.
I do my own stunts,
okay.
which are typically no stunts, but you know, we'll leave it at that.
Yep. All right, cool. Yeah, I'm in the middle of the movie, but I'll see you at 7.
I was actually thinking I should have brought my pistol over here and just robbed you fuckers.
Go try to find some snow. Try to get off the ground. Winter's fighting us though. As you can see. I've never seen Anchorage like this. It's so crazy.
We get the Kickstarter funded. All right, this is gonna be the sickest winter ever. There's no snow.
I would say the biggest challenge that we all have year after year is Mother Nature. I lived in Alaska for 52 years and I've never seen this bad.
This winter sucks, take one. Hey everybody, standing here in Turnagain Pass in Alaska, which is normally one of our zones that we ride. Looking at probably one of the worst winters we've ever had. Great time to make a snowmobile film, but
Yeah, we need about 1 million more feet of snow.
I mean, you have winters like that, and you have winters like this. That's just how it rolls.
No, you don't have winters like this. This is unprecedented.
Yeah, I mean, we have one now.
We do.
At this rate, our area is going to be closed pretty soon. Like in a couple of days.
Some of the best times I've had filming has been with Turcotte in Canada. I knew that he needed to come up. He was like on top of the list.
The whole winter project concept I believed in.
Brett has like almost a mirror image background of what I did. Probably like the most competitive person I've ever met in my life.
Corey and I grew up, we were basically like rivalries.
He actually tried to kill me one time in a snowcross race. Kind of were friends ever since then. Turcotte flew in and absolutely could not film here.
What's up, Turkey?
Hey, buddy.
What's going on, man?
How's it going?
It's good to see you, man. Long time.
Super long time.
How's the flight up?
It's good.
Look at that spiffy sweatshirt you got there.
Feel like I came straight out of Whistler.
Yeah, you look good.
When we come up here in session, all I want to do is something better than him, and he's got the same mindset.
Let's roll.
Hell yeah, stoked to be here.
Yeah, stoked to hear, man.
Where do you want me to hop in?
Hop in here.
Okay, sick.
Alaska in itself, just as a state and as a population, is an amazing place. I mean, it takes a special kind of individual to live and thrive in Alaska. I mean, it's, you know, it's hardy. Alaskans have a good moral compass, and they get it. They get what the world is about.
For me, Alaska was my first mistress. It's the only girl that ever really kissed back and meant it, right?
To be able to grow up here and ride sleds, it just kind of personifies that fact. We're very proud of where we come from. Anyone from down south that has ever had an opportunity to come and ride up here, it's just, I feel like the awe that they're in never quite goes away, ever.
Alaska's pretty far out of the way for the main snowmobiling industry, but the guys down here that do ride like shred hard. So it gets known pretty good, I think.
You're up here and everybody does it. You go to a construction site on Monday morning and everybody's talking about snow machining. They're talking about either they went to their cabin, they went ice fishing, they went to Turnagain. It's like family up here.
You guys rock. This is the biggest crowd we've had.
Snow machines were more endemic to Alaska. Just because they were a novelty, they were accepted, and they were everywhere.
If you lived up here, you always snow machined.
Back then, they were certainly used for recreational devices, but really, they were alternative modes of transportation. A lot of times there was no city or borough graders. There were no roads being serviced there.
To get down the mountain, my dad got snowmobiles. It was kind of our transportation when we got snowed in.
The people who were in Anchorage at that time, they had to be, you know, determined and tenacious, and if you wanted something done, you had to kind of do it yourself. There's no trail here, I have to make it, regardless of a pretty weak, you know, trail-breaking machine.
None of the snow machines said pro on the side.
If you got up on a modest incline, you were high marking, man.
You had to have your show together to get up and get in first bowl. I mean, the snow machines just didn't do it.
I think there was a certain amount of patience parents had because they knew they were fostering this new sport, this new industry, by allowing us to really get hooked, you know?
Had a pole in the yard, and my parents would carry me, put me on the snow machine, and I would drive around the pole for an hour and a half, and then snowmobile would run out of gas, and I'd start to cry. Then my mom come out, put more gas in it, turn it around, and then I go back around for another hour and a half this way, and that's how I started.
Brandon.
Smallest car in Point Hope. That's Joe Omnibus.
We use our sleds there. We go to the grocery store, wherever you need to go visit friends. You took a snowmobile. Snow machine here in Alaska is what we call them. Where I grew up was the village of Point Hope, Alaska. It's about 200 miles above the Arctic Circle. Yeah, you can drive around for days and not run into anybody.
There's been times where, you know, someone's sled overheats and they're like, oh, you guys just go ahead of me, you know, I'll be behind you. And Tommy would definitely be that guy, like, my sled's not overheating, but I'll hang out with you. Something else could happen.
He's always looking out for people, make sure everybody's safe and okay.
I don't know where I think that comes from is my parents raising me, and I'm growing up in a tight-knit community in a village, you know, where everybody looks out for one another.
Thomas Peter Frankson Jr.
You come into those towns and people would line up. You know, they would line up. They're just excited to see these sleds roar through. We've seen a real uptick on rural competitors now, and I think it's great.
I just knew this is what I'm going to be doing for the better part of my life.
Most of the snow machine at that time was, you know, kind of lowland, lakes, you know, Petersville, Alderbashan, that kind of stuff. But once the sled started evolving, it kind of opened up the backcountry.
I liken the transformation from what motorcycles used to be, and then along came the superbikes. And it's that kind of quantum leap in technology that has occurred with snow machines. These little kind of fugly sleds riding around, and now there's these sleek, beautiful, powerful machines.
Once they came up with this bigger track, that was when, in my opinion, the sport was revolutionized.
I was in the infancy of snowboarding, and it was like a new sport, new frontier sport. And so I was used to that.
Where are you from, Jay?
Hey, Dave, what do you think?
Anchorage, Alaska, the Great Land.
And then snowmobiling, like going to Turnagain and going to Hatchers, we were always still trying to go snowboarding. And then we realized the snow machines, you could just ride those. Man, you can ride way more pow on a snow machine than you can a snowboard, and you can jump cornices, kill kickers, jibs, do whatever.
I knew Jay from the snowboarding days. He goes, you know, I got this guy,
Pat Solomon from Fusion Films. He calls me up and he says, hey, I'm making this movie and I want snow machines in it. And you guys snow machine? I'm like, heck yeah, come on up. We go filming.
So him and Pat Solomon had come together and said, hey, we're starting to look at snow machining as a high action sport, kind of like dirt biking. He goes, hey, he wants to go up to Turnagain and shoot us. A lot of people had seen that and they'd say, wow, this is a new thing. This is a whole new motorsport. Guys like Kane, Shrub, Liska, Bill Wilkes, Tom Reed, Tom Matson, all these guys that were part of the sport. We'd kind of started setting a precedence at that point that this thing had started. And so I called up Bob and I said, hey man, this whole snow machine thing, there's a lot of people going off in Alaska.
Organ Donor came out and there was a small section of Alaskan snowboarder and snow machining. Everybody was so pumped up on that. It was like, oh yeah, we're making the movies.
Organ Donors was like the first stepping stone to everybody else coming up and filming, because after that movie came out, Jason Moriarty from Sled Next calls me. He's like, hey, I want to come up and go filming with you. And I'm like, yeah, come on up. And then Aaron Von Hessinger calls me too. He's like, I seen you in this movie. We want to come film with you. And it's like, come on up. Come in April. It's good.
I met Aaron back in college in Durango, Colorado, and I'd been filming some skateboarding, snowboarding stuff. We got to talking, and he was kind of in the process of maybe making a snow machine film. I said, hey, you need to come to Alaska. That's where it's all going down.
Aaron had come out to Alaska and said, hey, I want to see what you guys are doing, and I want to film this.
I introduced him to all the people, and we rolled around. I filmed and he filmed, and at the end of the year, he had a bunch of good footage, and he said, I think I have something we can make a movie of.
I didn't feel like it was something new and different, but once I saw the movie, I was like, wow, this is something new and different.
Alaska, I'ma ask you, won't you stand up with me? Put your hands up high, we'll make it bounce this time. Boarding flights are gorgeous nights with northern lights are kicking in. Got 'em pay attention, I'ma see if I get 'em listening. Never thought I'd get this town to stand up proudly with me. Alaska, I ain't leaving, they gon' have to come and get me.
I love my city, oh yes, I love my state.
I love my city, oh yes, I love my state.
I love my city, oh yes, I love my state. This is from Alaska to the lower 48. Hike to flat top peak, view the scenery. Would you like to kick it with me? Zoom to Zuma Beach.
I love my city, oh yes, I love my state. This is from Alaska to the lower.
Okay, so let's chat about what we're gonna do real quick.
It was pretty much Russian roulette. Get here Thursday afternoon and just hope that we got weather.
We throw the weather up there?
Oh, Kyle's got it. I mean, I see mostly cloudy, considerable cloudiness. Like they're not saying snow. We'll have to ride a little farther, but that's what we gotta do.
Yeah. You're forgetting we're from BC, where riding in is just standard.
If we're not crewed up, we're just taking my HCR. I'd rather ride my... Jesus.
Hollywood.
I'd rather ride
Bill collectors.
So we pinned it north, head towards Eureka. Our good buddy Adam Brown had a cabin that we got to use.
Let's just plan on a week or 4 days. Whatever we need to do that. You guys get your stuff done. We'll reconvene here in a couple hours.
That's the cool part about coming up here, is that I get motivated to go and push your limits, and if you're gonna do it, I think Alaska is the place to.
Corey was cool. We met him through Paul Thacker. I think he was 15 at the time. Giles and I threw a best whip contest, and we put $250 down. We're like, all right, best whip out of you racers. It was such a sketchy jump. Corey hit it and cleared it, and we were like, whoa, that's what we're looking for.
And that was when I only had a couple tricks, and I'm so competitive that I was like, man, I want people to cheer for me. So I was like trying whipping. I think I remember it like being pretty decent actually, and I was like, man.
Corey Davis ended up winning it.
I grew up racing and my nickname was like Turkey Whips because I could throw whips on the snowcross track and I could do it in the backcountry. And then all of a sudden Corey is known as the whip dude. And I was like, well, wait a minute here. Like, all right, when's my turn?
You make me feel.
Let's go shape that thing a little bit, eh, Brett?
Yeah, just take the Wu-Tang out of it.
Yeah. Just toss her, bud. Just tools. You didn't have to walk over here, bud.
There was times on Instagram and like Insta videos and all these things coming out where we would just like back and forth on posts.
Corey who? Corey who?
Corey who?
Oh, you mean Brett Turk?
But anyways, so everybody was asking us about when we were gonna have a whip off.
Put them side by side, then you're gonna have a real showdown.
Earlier this season, me and Brett were talking. He's like, I want to go up there and I want to show people that not only Corey Davis can whip.
Jamie found us a jump and I was like, all right, this is the one. So we built it up. As soon as one guy whips, it's gonna snowball.
Before we get into this at all, I have a bigger whip than Brett. That's how it is, man.
Everyone was screaming, yelling, having a blast, pumping those two guys up. I know those guys are going nuts.
I feel like that last one was pretty cranked though. I don't know. That was fun. Yeah, dude, that was sick.
I mean, everyone was giving Corey a hard time and how he got his ass kicked and whatnot.
Yeah, he beat me, man. It was a beat. But I came back in Johnson's Pass after that with redemption for not only myself, but for America.
You make me feel so.
I'm originally from Southern California. Twin brothers. It's almost weird how close we are. It's, typical weird twin shit. And I moved to Alaska, came up to start snowboarding and kind of get away from surfing for a little bit. We'd be on our way to Squaw or whatever, and there was little spots you could rent snow machines, and I thought it was lame. I was like, that ain't what's up. I was not even interested. And then one of the very first times I hiked Turnagain Sunnyside, I saw snow machines. He saw it and he was like, that's the future right there. And the next winter I went out and bought a snow machine, and I didn't even know anybody that owned one. Just randomly picked Skidoo and went with it. So we take the thing to Turnagain. It's snowing like hell and it's just horrible out. And we get there and I'm like, hey man, there's a creek like right there. Don't hit that. Off he goes. I'm sitting in the car, I'm bored. I'm like, damn, where is he? I'm kind of worried, so I hike over and right then he comes up to the parking lot and he's like, dude, the snow machine's stuck down in this creek over there. He's like 50 yards from the parking lot. He's been there for an hour, he's wet. I don't even remember how we got it stuck. I want to think somebody just came over and was like, yeah, you just pull on the ski morons and it comes right out or something. I don't know, it's pretty simple. We load the snow machine back up. We're driving back to Girdwood and Sven's like, damn, dude, you think they'll take this thing back? Yeah, that's funny thinking about, yeah, man, maybe I should take this thing back and then to take it to where it's gone.
Growing up here, I never really knew what the draw was until I left. And as soon as you leave, it becomes apparent that this place is special. The Chugach Mountains are the north shore of backcountry skiing, snow machining, snowboarding, what have you.
Turnagain is the spot that I first started riding. I designed my new house so I can see it in the morning when I wake up to know what the weather's doing. It's fickle. There's really not that many clear days and it's really small. Like people always, every time they come up, like, this is Turnagain, that's it? It's such a concentrated and perfectly set up place. Giles and I found our little niche there. We were just like, we don't need any place else. This is perfect. At the time, we were still kind of thinking we were going to film a bunch of snowboarding, which we did the first 3 years that we were making Turnagain hardcore movies. They were half and half. Yeah! After the snowboarders would hit the jumps, the snow machiners would then hit the jumps. We stayed with snowboarding longer than people told us. People were like, dude, dump snowboarding. But it was like, man, that was what I was into, and those are my buddies, man. I'm not dumping them,
The twins and Andy and Aaron Von Hessinger, and they're all snowboarders. They needed a tool to get out there, but then they realized this tool might be a little better than the one you're riding.
The scene here kind of changed, and I just got way more into snowmobiles, and that whole thing just started exploding, and Turnagain was just like a breeding ground for crazy snow machine shots. It was every year they just got bigger and bigger.
Before we even met the twins, Christoph would always be a sled length or two further than me.
Yeah, I met Christoph first, and then he introduced me to Dane.
They were like, hey, you want to ride with us? And that's pretty much where it all started.
Christoph ended up going with another film company, and we filmed with Dane, and they were really close friends.
Aaron and I were making our films, and we had a pretty good posse. One day we were out, the twins showed up. Of course, you're like, who are those guys and what are they doing?
He would too, wouldn't he? Don't.
All of a sudden we looked over and, I think it was Dane was going huge for him. And we were like, whoa, that guy's going big. And who's that guy? Who's that guy? It was kind of that scenario out on the hill.
I gotta look cooler than my buddy somehow. We're in this little competition. We're starting to get our own little groups, Frontier Turnagain, and I gotta be cooler. And so I was like, well, you know what? I was like, I'm just gonna start flipping stuff.
He's got his own unique style and he's a little bit rough around the edges, but like he says, you either go to the hospital or do something new. He would hit stuff so many times I've joked that dude, my thumb's tired. I can't even imagine how tired his thumb is, and I'm just hitting the button and he's hitting the throttle. It was like, dude, enough.
Frontier Films was a little more kind of backcountry freestyle, natural hits. They were more into building jumps.
If we build it, they will come. So we started really driving around and looking at different shapes of the mountains and different setups. And each year our jump building skills got a lot better. We went from nobody knowing us really to every kid from the slope all the way to Anchorage is like, dude, this weekend I'm finding the twins. We're gonna go crush it. I don't care. I'm flipping. I don't give a fuck.
They had their posse, we kind of had our posse, and occasionally we'd merge on the same jump and we'd have a little conversation.
You got videos on the line. You got kind of territorial.
Dude, the whole time up here he's going, no, Dane. Dane, no. He wouldn't, would he? You son of a bitch.
And I'm being conservative. I mean, that's the way I was.
Maybe some people have gotten hit.
I guess kind of cowboys. Again, I say that from kind of being on the fringe, growing up as a skier.
It's a shit-talking culture. It could be the first time you flipped and somebody like, pfft, why didn't you take your hands off the bars, or why didn't you seat grab that?
You're riding this weekend. There was no ifs, ands, or buts. It was like we were going. We are always going. I mean, what are you doing today? That's a stupid question.
I probably watched Turning in Hardcore trailers in Computer Lab probably 20,000 times. Dane, the twins, Christoph. I mean, I looked up to all those dudes. Those are people that I had only seen on film. Getting to hang out with those guys and ride with them, that was huge to me, and like being treated like a normal person. It didn't matter that I was just some punk kid, neon, out scrubbing jumps, and that really meant a lot to me. I took that to heart.
These sleds are just like, they're so good for jumping and landing straight.
Since we were snow machining 150 days a year, we were always at Turnagain watching.
There was such excitement, and we pulled the cameras out, and people just started showing up saying, you know, I'm worthy of this film, and they were wanting to be a part of the team, and it was kind of like tryouts.
We found Dan and Randy. Everyone called them the Glen Allen Boys.
I grew up, like I said, with Ryan Britt. He started doing a lot of the freestyle, backcountry jumping. Tim Needles, Jay Quinlan. Ryan's always been my right-hand guy. He showed one of the companies some footage when I was, I think, 17 years old, 17 or 18, and they were like, that guy's really sick, bring him out to ride. And he's like, well, actually, it's a girl, but I'll bring her, you know.
There's a little drop off. I thought I was gonna be shit.
The twins were around and they were filming with somebody else, and I was just riding, doing my normal thing, and I started kind of throwing down and they started filming, and then the next thing I know, like they were calling me to go ride.
We grew up watching these movies.
I mean, I don't even know how to describe us at that point. We were just the two kids that were snow machining and had a camera to, you know, kind of being on the map in the snow machine world.
Where it was and where it is now is just mind-boggling.
There's a lot more hard work that goes into this than people see, but that's the magic of movie making. We can make this look like the easiest thing in the world. Like I just kicked a couple girls out of my bed. Rolled out, get in my flashy new $100,000 truck with sleds. Just ride right to Turnagain. The jumps are already built. and I can just flip them, come down the parking lot to Champaign, and helicopter fly me out of there because that's how baller I am. But in reality, man, yeah, we make it look like that because that's the way we feel. Those jumps take forever to dig. I mean, you got like 4 or 5 dudes digging for a couple hours, and that's not really cool to put in the film, but hey, you know, maybe they'll show it.
Welcome to Kicker Coordination UAA course 4.1. You guys are just committing to super build, huh? You know, I didn't know how long you were gonna be.
Probably like that big, eh?
Ish. No, I'm going only 6.5-ish.
I'm down. Guess we'll see what we get today, huh?
When I played hockey every summer, my dad would make me skate up with the kids who are like 2 years older than me. So to me, Paul Thacker was always this big dude, hockey player, kind of larger than life to me. So when he came into the snow machine world and I heard Paul Thacker's coming out, I already had him on a bit of a pedestal just from hockey because he was a tough guy in hockey. I wanted to be a tough guy in hockey. He was actually good. I wanted to be good, you know? So when he'd come out, he'd come straight from the bank, right? And he'd jump out looking like Clark Kent in his little tie and his bank outfit and stuff. And then he'd open his 2 doors and you turn your back and then all of a sudden he's all Arctic catted out and he's got his Superman suit on. He's out there flying 250 feet and it doesn't matter what you dug all day, he's gonna put the longest bomb hole on it. He was the only person that can consistently out-jump Christoph.
He came out and we took him to what we considered at the time a big jump. And most of the freestylers were pretty nervous getting over it. He always like played it off like he'd never been to the backcountry or whatever. I don't know how much of that was bullshit or what.
That is the fastest I've ever hit any jump in my entire existence.
Some of those long distance jumps that he was hitting and turning in were crazy.
I mean, he didn't even warm up. I mean, he just rolled right up and was like, oh, I can crush this. Hit it 9 times and we were like, okay, let's move to a bigger one. So we go to a bigger jump. He crushes it like it's not even in front of him.
What do you think?
So
So we roll up to this jump at the time we called the world record jump. Nobody that we had on film yet had landed it over 200 feet. And he landed one 250, something like that, right in there. And we were like, man, this guy is for real.
Everyone in the world has something that they love to do. Embrace each moment as it comes and try and remember it and not get too concerned about what's going to happen tomorrow. End of 2010, getting ready for Winter X Games, January 11 is when I crashed. And that's when everything kind of changed. It definitely changed. Keep going. I remember, everything like it was yesterday. It was a very real moment, laying in the hospital, and it was just like, oh, this is no joke. The process already started of the realization as far as this is something that, they might fix. You might be cruising out of here, or you might not. The process of accepting and moving forward started really early. I got the attitude I have from my mom and dad. They never felt sorry for me, and I wouldn't have expected them to. They're like, okay, well, this sucks, but we'll figure it out.
Yeah, well, you're probably on break. You're on break from that for a while. Moving in the right direction. Yeah, for sure. Do you have any questions?
As hard as it was, I'm sure, for my folks to see that I got hurt, they were, equally stoked and proud, and still to this day are happy the fact that I was like, okay, what's next? You know what I mean? Bring it on.
It was a little tough for me reliving those few moments, remembering when it was, when I was in the hospital like that. So it seems like a small thing to do to be able to help somebody. I feel like that was really cool. All right, cheers, man.
Nice to meet you, Paul.
Cheers, thank you. I gotta stop saying cheers so much. Well, we are out here for Winter X Games. I don't even know what number. 900.
What year is it? Yeah.
It's Winter X 2014, Aspen, Colorado. For us snowmobile guys, this is our Olympics. This is our biggest event. Europe. Great atmosphere, lots of really cool people, lots of good music, lots of good parties at night.
It's what everyone cares about, man. That's like the most important thing that we do all year. The most people watching, the most eyes on us is X Games.
He's actually working right now on a project that he hopes will come out later on this year about backcountry snowmobiling. And of course, when you're from Soldotna, Alaska, you know a lot about backcountry sledding.
Check, check, checking, checking, checking. Here I go. 1, 2, 3, checking. Is this thing on?
Hi, buddy.
Can anyone hear me? Am I all alone here?
Joe Parsons has more X Games medals than anybody except for Shaun White.
This is Joe Parsons. Hey,
he's family. Like, that dude is the most solid dude I know.
Is this thing on?
He brought me and Heath together, and we're just a little trifecta of those dudes are brothers.
I'm gonna go relax now in the motorhome.
He's calculated, he's mellow, and this is like his... I don't know what the hell his problem is.
Tell me if I get peely. Okay. Then we're good. I'm good. I'm go.
Sweet. Is audio good? Okay, check.
Parsons, I don't think he's ever had a speeding ticket. Drives like a grandpa, drives me nuts when I drive with him. But get the dude on a snowmobile, he's a psychopath. He has an uncanny, crazy ability to judge speed and distance on jumps, which is the hardest part about our sport.
Most snowmobile medals in X Games history. That's this guy here. We know he's good.
We have one event per year to satisfy sponsors. You have to bring your A game, and everybody else there is doing it. I mean, long jump was interesting because it wasn't an event you could train for. It was kind of just like, took my freestyle sled, put a stock seat on it, and kind of clutched it for what we thought. You know, we're totally shooting from the hip.
It's kind of what I'm thinking. I mean, I don't know. It's just, I go in like this and, yep. Yeah, that's what I'm talking about.
An all-around snowmobile athlete with abilities in multiple disciplines and a 3-time medalist in speed and style out of Soldotna, Alaska, bring the noise for Corey Davis!
Love to see Corey get a medal, love to see Heath get in the medal contention. I'm just going to be rooting them on.
Here we go, Aspen. Let's give it up for Corey Davis! Corey looking like he's eclipsed Chris Moran's spot. Again, that blue line.
It was weird because I was learning as I was doing it. Every time that I got up on that line, I'm just thinking about the 100 different things I could do, you know.
To the mark to be 117. 2 inches, here we go, Aspen.
Back up to you. Awesome job, Corey Davis. Stoked for you down there, buddy. Big silver medal to add to his. I think that's his 4th medal at X Games. That's not too shabby.
With silver, it's Corey Davis. Once again, give it up for all 5 of our competitors out here. And, Corey Davis taking on the silver medal.
But what does it mean to you to have Joe Parsons and Heath Frisbee supporting you?
I mean, it's awesome. We're a team. We ride together all winter. We have so much fun together, and you know, it's great. It's fun competing with them. They're great guys. They're, you know, my best friends. We have a blast. So.
All right, guys, get loud for Corey Davis. Back up to you.
Awesome job, Corey Davis.
Hey, man, did it. I'm stoked. We're done here at X. I got Iron Dog, and it's winter project time, man. I can't wait. I'm jonesing.
The weather was bad. And me and Christoph had taken somebody up to Turnagain and barely even able to see each other because it was snowing.
What I do know about that storm, there was a documented buried weak layer a week or two prior to that big storm cycle coming in.
A couple days later, it was supposed to go blue in the middle of the day. I got on an airplane, took off, flew across country.
We have a weak layer, we have a bunch of new snow. Rapid loading is a red flag, if you will, for avalanches.
You know, I woke up that morning to Christoph calling me, and he said, hey, you know, I've got this jump that I want to hit. I said, sure, let's do it. You know, you're excited, I'm excited, let's go get the shot.
Went over to Christoph's house to go pick him up. Jeremy had called me, got off work early, and he's like, oh man, I'm gonna wanna roll down there with you, it's fresh pal.
We all met at the parking lot and went straight to the zone.
We're having the most epic POW day, you know, of our life.
I was at a spot where I could see everybody. You know, all of a sudden I just kind of, I don't know if it was that sixth sense, but I just felt like something was wrong.
We set up on the jump and, you know, we started jumping it and I started filming it. Next thing I knew, it all was coming down.
Andy had yelled out, and I looked up, a huge cloud.
And I saw the whole avalanche just cover. All my buddies that were there sitting there doing their thing, all of a sudden I see nobody.
After it was all said and over, somehow, by the mercy of God, I was buried to my waist. And I didn't really know what to think. I didn't know how to think.
So I went down, Tommy pops his head up. Grab Tommy and I go, everybody's gone. You know, where's everybody? He goes, well, let's get our peeps out, you know, so we switch them over to Surge.
Avalanche was so big, I didn't even know where to start.
You know, he's looking at his beacon and he goes, and he starts tracking, okay? I don't know what, he has this innate ability, whatever it is. This is just Tommy.
I thought that was the end. Yeah.
I started walking with my beacon.
Goes down about 20 feet from where we're at and then turns left, and then walks over about 10 feet. And he's sitting there looking at his tracker.
My beacon said he was 2 feet down.
And he goes, hey man, he goes right here. And I was like, all right. So we start probing, right?
I felt a probe hit me.
I hit this. Tommy's like, dig right here. So Tommy and I just dig, and boom.
I think the first face I saw was Tommy, and as he was digging my face out.
Dug out the front of his helmet. He was still buried under a sled, pinned.
Ba looks at me and he goes, hey, don't worry about me. He goes, go find everybody else.
Started coming down the mountain, about 3/4 way down the mountain. My beacon picked up another signal, and this time the signal, said 10 feet down. We just started shoveling and shoveling.
Pour it all out to you.
10 feet down.
I don't know why I do, and you don't have a clue. Selling my soul to you. Been half of a whole to you for 2 years too long. Now tell me what should I do? Tell me what should I do to keep my distance? Tell me what can we do? Tell me what can we do when we're so distant?
It was hard to be stuck in that hole and hear the yelling. I'm very thankful for Tommy and Martin for digging me out, and they tried to get everybody else out with no luck.
You know, it was a tough time. That was a tough time. We lost some good guys. And we never thought it would happen to us, but when it does, it hits you at the heart.
I'm tired of all of this.
I was at a show. It was a show with Dane. Dane and Christoph were super good friends. Like, Dane came with Christoph, and I just remember Dane broke down.
Well, that's I'd say at first I just didn't really acknowledge it, just powered through it. I just kept myself busy. In his name, I guess.
I was worried about him riding the show, like super worried. I was like, you've got to ride this show, otherwise this is gonna hurt you more than it already is. And he got on the show, he rode amazing, and it put everything in perspective. And I think it was calming for him.
Going to X Games made me feel like I could do the last good thing for Christoph.
He is the Alaskan backcountry wild man. He really is a wild man. The things he chooses to do.
He's done the trick in the backcountry only. First time he's ever brought it to a comp.
He wants to do an off-axis backflip. He's going to call it the twist off as a tribute to his friend Christoph von Alvensaben.
Wow! Whoa! And he brought it around. Now you see him twist back, looking.
Congratulations on the gold medal, Dane Ferguson. He's come a long way from the backcountry in Alaska, guys.
It's hard to overcome. It's, mentally you're just like, God, what could happen? Dude, these guys are my friends. And seeing them get broke off like that, it's beyond challenging. It's hard to come back and actually want to do it.
As many things are reactionary, in 2009, the Chugach National Forest Avalanche Information Center, what we know it is today, started issuing avalanche forecasts with a danger rating 7 days a week.
I know that next year there sure was a lot of us at the avalanche safety seminars. Before Christoph and Jeremy died, I never saw anybody go out and bury a beacon outside the parking lot and make somebody dig it up, but that happens now.
Snow machines have been a great backcountry tool for us in the Avalanche Center specifically. With the right gear, the right information, and the right people you're riding with, it can be amazingly rewarding and amazingly fun.
We'll talk about it, we'll demonstrate it, and then we'll all do it.
Yeah, I'd say my opinion probably has changed. I've noticed after meeting some of these guys and some of the top tier athletes like Corey and Junker and Thacker, they are not just blatant risk takers.
If you're gonna go riding, look at the avalanche conditions for the day. It takes 5 minutes, and it could save your life.
I like to get out in the mountains on the weekends, and every free chance I get, just educating folks to be safer and more savvy in the mountains has been kind of a personal goal of mine for a while now.
Walk straight downhill, see if you get any smaller numbers. Put an X right there, and that'd be my first probe strike. Yeah, strike? Okay.
Kissy, that was awesome. Yeah, you can.
That's great. I didn't know you called or Winter Project was going to come.
I didn't really know either.
Here at Iron Dog Tech, getting ready for the Iron Dog. We went and practiced a little bit. It's like riding on the asphalt, riding down the sewer.
We are at the Iron Dog start, getting ready to go here. We got about an hour. We're BSing, man.
2,000 miles until we get to Fairbanks. Hey, man.
Good luck out there.
You guys too.
I wasn't here, but I heard it rained for like 4 days straight and just dumped, and it just took all our snow down to nothing, and then the snow that's left is rock hard.
The term backcountry kind of gets applied to mountains, but 90% of Alaska, or probably more, isn't mountains. It's wide open tundra. 2 riders, 2,000 miles, 6 days, and nothing compares to this race. Talking with my teammate Ryan, you talk about Tyler and Tyson because they're fast.
We train all year for this one race.
And they've just been plagued by bad luck, basically.
There's a countless number of things that could go wrong.
No matter what, it seems like every year something crazy happens.
It's upsetting for sure when something happens.
Unaclete to Shaktoolik, that's the only part of that race that I've ever been nervous about.
So we were crossing the sea ice on our way to Shaktoolik, and I just remember turning my head.
As soon as I hit the water, panic sets in.
The second I saw that, I pinned it to shore. I was able to pretty much crawl down on the edge of the ice and reach out and grab his arm and pull him in.
That's why this is a team race, is because you never know when you're going to need somebody. That's probably why we're so close.
Riding the Iron Dog on snow years like this, it's kind of like riding down a gravel road.
All it is ice and frozen tundra for miles.
Once it was all over, the only thing Tyler and I wanted to do was go find some soft snow. If it is truly bad luck, then things are going to change at some point and start going our way.
All these years, you just got to look at it and say those were all learning experiences.
We know our day will come.
You know, during Iron Dog, we were hoping we were going to get more snow, but it only got warmer, and our zones that we normally ride in South Central just got worse. But we still had one ace in the hole, Alyeska Resort.
Someone want to stand on the landing to set this in? Are we good? Freestylers are like deer. You can't spook them. You gotta make soft movements around them. Otherwise the whole herd, poof, they're gone. Do we have more shovels?
You do something for 15 years in a sport this small, pretty much everyone knows you or knows of you.
Heath goes back to the beginning of the freestyle sled days. He's got just that right amount of calculated sled rider and the right amount of crazy in him.
I came down so hard on the left side on that last flip.
He's just the perfect mixture, like, oh yeah, I can do a front flip, and everyone's like, eh.
Well, that is going to be that's going to be amazing if he can do it.
I watch these guys doing front flips on motorcycles. If they can do it, we can do it.
I can't believe now that.
And then, you know, Joe's right there like, yeah, I think he got it. I mean, there's just like two little hamsters in those two brains just like barely working, but it's just enough to pull something off like the front flip.
And this is it, Heath Frisbee, folks. Come on, Heath. Yes! Oh, yes! He made it look so easy.
That was awesome.
Ladies and gentlemen, you just saw history made at Winter X Games. A front flip on a snowmobile.
Oh, it was amazing. I mean, to throw a 450-pound machine to get it to front flip, it's just incredible.
If you would have told me before I saw that video that I was about to see a snow machine do a front flip, there's no way I would have believed you. It's dangerous what those two can do together.
Look at Joe Parsons on top of the landing, actually claiming it before he landed.
You know that saying, if we build it, they will come?
If we build it, they will come.
Movie gold.
They tell me riding is something mean, but I'm kissing on something nice. Sometimes I hate myself, but I'm loving life. Do you love your life? If pain's the price of pretty, someone put me out my misery. Y'all making mistakes, I'm making history. I'll keep it on the humble, but see, arrogance is more fun. Nice is your favorite rapper, just better looking and more young. Tell her slow down, give me less lip and more tongue. Ignore all that bullshit, that's how you'll get more done. See, everybody talk, but I don't wanna listen. I'm just on vacation, they just out here tripping. You've been here 60 seconds, I've been here for a minute. Thanks for your concern, but let me handle my business. Can we all just get along? I wish we all could. Let's try to work it out, man, I think we all should. I'm getting sick and tired be amazing. I'm racing, no pacing, I'll raise the bar till I'm 80, some with great grandbabies and 80 cars. Life's a McDonald's combo meal, baby, we going large. And I think with my dick, so you know I'm going hard, I'm going off. But they tell me I'm on, and I'm feeling so right, but they tell me that I'm wrong. You know I'm with a red-haired hippie chick, no top, sandals on. Get up in and handle business, finished, and I'm gone. Girls tell me I'm too hood, friends say I ain't hood enough. New girl says I'm too good, exes I ain't good enough. I do all I can to embarrass you, then do some more shit to ensure in 20 years my son's done all over your kids. ID says I'm 22, think like I'm 35, act like I'm 18, dress like I'm buried alive, feel like I'm very alive, live like I'm ready to die. Devilish looks, I'm one hell of a guy. See everybody talk, but I don't wanna listen. I'm just on vacation, they just out here tripping. You've been here 60 seconds, I've been here for a minute. Thanks for your concern, but let me handle my business. Can we all just get along? I wish we all could. Let's try to work it out, man, I think we all should. I'm getting sick and tired of trying to act all hood. Even though it's all bad, you know it's still all good.
Our season was winding down. Snow was melting. We didn't have any options. Everything in the Chugach was closed. We talked to the Valdez crew, Ashley and Ryan. We got a status report from them. They still had snow. So it was our last shot. It was all hands on deck.
People ask me all the time, you grew up in Valdez, Alaska, there's 4,500 people in this town, you know, why do you want to live here? For me, it's the best of a lot of worlds. We could easily, for 3 days, ride 3 different zones and have fresh tracks the whole time.
Hey, Corey. Yeah, we're up here in Thompson Pass. If you guys could finish up whatever you're doing, Thacker's up here getting anxious, and every 2 seconds he's talking about directing this movie, and so hurry up and get up here.
See you guys in a bit. Bye. So I just got filming those guys. They're coming up to the pass.
Clearly, this whole winter project thing is a complete farce. There are no real professional athletes in this movie. Like, it's all gonna be photoshopped. All the big jumps are really just little jumps, and they film it with a fisheye. You know how that shit works, right, Trav?
Oh God! Damn it, the stairway to heaven is fading hard. This is money, I think. Here, chickens. Here, chickies. Dude, this is like perfect snow cone shaft. We need to get a margarita blender up in this place. Stat.
That jump scared a lot of people.
You know, Paul's watching us hit it. The first time I hit it, I'm literally barely making it. And I can like stand up and like work the machine. Paul's like, I want to jump it. And we were like, dude.
You don't just jump 110, 120 foot tabletop like on a whim.
You were out of your mind.
I wouldn't sit down off that jump. That's all I'm gonna say. In my mind, I can see it happening. I have to be a little bit, well, a lot more precise than I might have had to been 3 or 4 years ago.
You had me, Heath, and Joe, like not even wanting to look at what Paul was about to do.
Just in case y'all thought it wasn't real, we run this shit.
This is great. This is going just as planned.
We run this shit. We run this shit.
Parking lot shenanigans.
We run this shit.
Early on in the year, we're struggling with the snow. Everything doesn't go to plan. Coming from the ground up may seem impossible, but it's not.
you put your helmet on and you became something else. And that was like the way that I dealt with all the fears that I had.
We all started somewhere. Remember that.
It was just a thing that we kind of did as a hobby. Come May 1st, we'd go back to work as ironworkers in the real world and leave it all behind.
It was just fun to be out in the mountains, documenting it all and seeing where it was going. Come premiere time, it was kind of check yourself out on the big screen.
It overtakes you like, God, I just created this that people are pumped on, like you're an artist.
We have the best friends that anybody could wish for.
Seeing how far I can go, how far I can take this machine. You get up in the air and it seems like a lifetime of thoughts going through your head. I don't know, freedom.
Winter Project was a really unique experience for me. It's one thing to like film for a video and go out and ride your best, but it's another thing where you're responsible for the whole video. We have these 1,000 and so odd people behind us to see it, be interested enough in it to pull a credit card out and back an idea, back a vision is pretty awesome.